The difference from this one from the other one was already in standard form. Actually, it wasn't even in standard form for you. It was in the square form. I'm looking to see. I guess they would consider that standard form. General form would be the way you're going to see the first problem written out. So you rewrite the equation of a circle from general form to standard form, the one that you can use to graph it, by completing the square. And completing the square may be a little new for some of you guys. Now, you may have to rearrange some of the steps to make more sense for you, but I'm going to try and go through them. This is your general form, ax squared plus ay squared plus cx plus d, blah, blah, blah. And you need to get it into this form. Now, this one here claims if ax squared plus ay squared, that's how you're going to know it's a circle, that one, the x squared and y squared are being added, and they have the same coefficient on them. If they don't have the same coefficient, it's an ellipse, not a circle. So the first thing is check to see if the conic is a circle. If coefficients of x squared and y squared are not 1, then you must divide the entire equation by coefficient of a. You can do this at any point. So we'll go ahead and we'll just go ahead and take care of it and divide through by 16. So I'm going to get a pen ready. I'm going to divide each of these things by 16. You can only do this when you have an equation. If you didn't have an equal sign, then you would have to factor it out. So 16 divided by 16 gives us just x squared plus y squared plus, and 64 divided by 16 is 4. 32 divided by 16 is 2. And again, 64 divided by 16 is 4. And 0 divided by anything is still 0. There, that's what we took care of in step 1. Step 2, it says rearrange by grouping matching variables on the left side of the equation and moving the constant to the right. So you're going to put your x's together. So I have x squared plus 4x plus, I'm going to go, let's see what the next step actually says. It says complete the square. We're going to be there. Plus some number, this is going to be how we complete the square. Plus, by the way, this is where I'm going to go ahead and group it in there. Y squared plus 2y plus some number is going to equal 4. I had to move the 4 to this side, add 4, add 4. Now, step 3 tells you to complete the square. Now, here's how you complete the square. You take the middle guy, take half of him, and then square that value. Take half this number, so 2 divided by 2, and then square that number. So we now have x squared plus 4x plus 2 squared, and I'm going to leave it like that, plus y squared plus 2y plus 1 squared equals 4 plus the number we added here, 2 squared is 4, plus the number we added here, which is 1. Whatever you do to the left-hand side, you must do to the right-hand side. Okay, so we've completed the square. We have completed the square. We've got everything going there. And completing the square means that this is going to be a perfect square. It's going to be x plus something quantity squared. Then now step 4 says to simplify, then write the equation in the graph form. Okay, cool. We can do this. So simplify it. So really we're way down here. Might as well bring it down. You take this value, take the square root of this value, the sign after it, which is a plus sign, and the square root of this guy, and bring the square on the outside. Plus, again, square root of this guy, which is just y, plus this sign here, and square root of this guy, which is 1 squared, equals, and then add this up, 4 plus 1 gives us 9. And then the last one, identify the center, radius, and then graph it. Well, we're not going to graph it because I don't have a graph on this page, but I can still identify the center. The center, just like before, x minus the -2, so it's -2, y minus a -1, so -1. And this is 3 squared, so my radius equals 3. That is it on this one. Completing the square, let's go back to this one just for a second. When completing the square, the coefficient in front must be 1. Now, when we do the ellipses and hyperbolas, it's going to be a little bit different. We'll have to play with it a little bit different. But the coefficient in the front must be 1. If it's not, you divide by that number. But if it has to be on x squared and y squared both. So you might find yourself having to kind of force the issue. Okay, take that middle value, half of it, and then square it. So that's where we got the 2, and then whatever you do to the right-hand side, you have to do the left-hand side. Okay, let's try another one. Okay, so this one's not going to be so bad. Your x squared has got a coefficient of 1, y squared has a coefficient of 1. That's to verify that it's a circle. So we have x squared plus 4x. So this is actually already grouped for us. Plus some number plus y squared plus 2y plus some number equals 5 plus some number plus some number. I just didn't want to get it over here. Half of this guy. So half of 4 is 2, so this is going to be 2 squared. Half of 2 is 1, so this is going to be 1 squared. And 2 squared is 4. And 1 squared is 1. Now we can write it in the format in which we can use the graph. So this is x plus 2 squared plus y plus 1 equals 5 plus 4 plus 1 gives us 10. Now again, if just in case you got lost on these, half of this goes here and squares it. Half of here goes here, squares it. Whatever these actual values are, you're going to add to the other side, because whatever you do to one side, you must do to the other. So in this case, we got, remember, x minus, so this is going to be a -2, y minus gives us a -1, and our squared is 10, so this is going to be the square root of 10, which is approximately 3.1. And you can use a calculator on that to double check that value. So now we're ready to graph. But this is stuff you guys already been doing. You should be going, oh yeah, cool, I got this. -2, -1, and a radius of just a little more than 3. 1, 2, 3, a little bit more. 1, 2, 3, and a little bit more. 1, 2, 3, and a little bit more. And 1, 2, 3, and a little bit more. And then I draw out my circle. Okay, now it's the completing the square that's really the big thing on this one. We have 2 more problems left in the notes on this particular one. And what I'm going to do is those are going to become homework problems. We will not even do them in class. They are going to become homework problems. So this is going to be a homework problem. And this one's going to be homework. Okay, and you can ask questions or whatever, but the whole packet needs to be turned in to get credit for this homework. Okay, that's it on this one. So you guys know, I don't want to say everything you need to know about circles, but you have the basic idea now of circles. Good luck on the homework.